What's going on, friends? Today I wanted to take a look at Harley-Davidson Street Series and really kind of look into it and see why it failed. Could it have been the price? Could it have been the looks? These are all subjective, but at the end of the day, there was another little factor that not everyone may know about. So Harley-Davidson tried something different. They tried to go with a 60-degree liquid-cooled single overhead cam V-twin to try to appeal to younger riders and new riders. In the Street 750, the Street 500, and then later on, the hot-rodded version, the Street Rod 750. But they all failed. But why did they fail? Well, number one is Harley riders. We see that, we think, oh cool, Harley-Davidson's actually trying to do something different for once. But we walk right on past it and go look at the traditional air-cooled V-twin. Because, in my opinion and experience, normally that's kind of what people are after when they're looking at a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. So guys, before we get too far into the video today and why the Harley Street Series failed, please be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The Harley Street Series really aren't bad motorcycles at all. And in fact, I even got a little seat time on a Street 500. When my wife went to get her motorcycle endorsement, I took the class with her just for fun so she didn't have to take it alone. So I got to spend quite a bit of time on a Street 500, and honestly, with all the rake in it, I was really impressed how agile and how well the bike handled. And then aside from that, I went to demo days, I rode the 750, I rode the Street Rod, and now while they had their quirks, I didn't feel like they were bad motorcycles at all personally. But, as we say, looks, price, that dictate a lot of things. Now, looks are subjective, one person loves it, one person hates it. But let's talk about the price. There were some other options out there from other metric brands that were a lot more power, a lot cheaper, and depending on who you talk to, they might have looked better. Now, with all that aside, I want to talk about the real reason why I feel the Street Series actually failed Harley-Davidson. Now, since 1970, Harley-Davidson has pretty much dominated flat track with their XR750. The XR750 has always been Harley-Davidson's flagship race motor, but they ran this engine from about 1970 till they officially retired it for the 2017 flat track racing season. And this is where I kind of think things start to fall apart. See, Harley-Davidson had not run an in-house racing program since the year 2000. Harley-Davidson has outsourced their racing program to Vance Hines since the year 2000. And in which that partnership just ended this year. So in 2016, Harley-Davidson unveils that they have been working with Vance and Hines to create a race motor out of their street-based engine out of the Street 750. Yes, they tried to take that motor and turn it into a full-on Grand National Championship flat-track engine. Now bear in mind, stock, the Street 750 only puts out 47 horsepower and a single overhead cam. The bikes they're running in American Flat Track, these bikes are well upwards of 100 horsepower and dual overhead cam. So immediately red flags in my mind started going up. Now of course Vance and Hines does everything they can with a full race shop, machining down cases, narrowing up this engine, putting more compression in it, changing cams, changing valves out, going from the steel valves to the titanium valves. I mean, they're throwing everything at this bike that they possibly can. And they started testing this in 2016. And then in 2017, they officially retired the XR750 and announced that their 3 factory-backed riders were going to be racing the new XG750R. To make matters even worse, at the end of 2016, Indian announced that they were getting back into racing, and Indian went out, started with a blank sheet of paper, and designed a engine specifically made for flat track racing, not something that they took off the shelf and basically converted it into a race motor. So it gets pretty ugly from this point forward. Now, the 2017 racing season was an absolute disaster for Harley-Davidson. The bikes never really finished a race. Sometimes they didn't even make it to the main event. You got the 3 top-level riders from Indian, and then you got 3 former champions riding for Harley-Davidson. Now, honestly, it was not the Harley-Davidson riders' fault. It was their equipment. Now, where the bikes didn't hold up during the races, they're not winning any races. They're not even getting any podiums. it's getting pretty ugly out there. But it gets a little bit worse. Harley doubles down on this when they introduce the Street Rod 750. And then when they introduced the Street Rod 750, it's supposed to be the hot rod version of the 750, and they advertised it as how their race bikes were very closely related to this street bike and this production based, and they're trying to do the whole race on Sunday, sell on Monday concept, which to me is kind of weird in the motorcycle world because most shops are open Tuesday through Saturday, and wouldn't it be race on Saturday night, sell on Tuesday morning? But anyhow, that's a whole nother deal. Then to double down and make a direct comparison between your race bike and your street bike when your race bike's not doing all that good, that was really just kind of a PR disaster in and of itself. Because you got these young prospective buyers out there looking at these street bikes, watching these races, watching these motors blow up, watching them not finish races. It just doesn't sell a lot of motorcycles. Now, to their credit, with Vance Hines at the helm, they did make some serious improvements with this. They found out the first season that the single overhead cam engine design just wasn't going to cut it running against that Indian. So Vance Hines designed a brand new dual overhead cam head setup for these motorcycles. Now, by this time, there's hardly anything of the stock motor left other than basically the cases at this point. But now where the XG750 engine has found some success is in American Flat Track's new production twin class, meaning that they're not allowing any purpose-built race motors. These all have to be street-based engines, and the Harley-Davidson XG750R has proven to be a winner in that class, competing against the Kawasaki's. Well, it's mainly just all Kawasaki's out there. There are some Yamaha MT-07s out there as well, but the Harley-Davidson has proved very, very well against those engines. So if Indian hadn't have come out with their purpose-built race engine, it might have been a different story for the XG. I believe the XG would have been very competitive against the Kawasaki's and the Yamahas, and that 750 would have sold a lot of motorcycles for Harley-Davidson, but Indian really kind of spoiled the party on that one for Harley. But some good things did come out of racing development with the Street Rod 750. They were able to get 70 horsepower out of that motor, upping the compression, going to twin port fuel injection, and overall, a much better design in my opinion than what they had with the Street 750 and 500. So guys, are the Street Series from Harley-Davidson bad motorcycles? Absolutely not. They're great little street bikes, and that Street Rod does pretty good. I mean, 70 horsepower, that's right there with the Sportster stock. And you're also looking at that bike's lighter too. It's about 40 pounds lighter, which is really nice. And they are a fun bike. I have rode them during demo days. The 750 and the 500, in my opinion, they're very fun bikes to ride, especially if you live in the city and you need that water cooling to help keep you cool and you spend a lot of time in traffic, which was what these bikes were directed at. They just never really caught on. And in my opinion, the racing portion of it and making that correlation between the race bike and the street bike, it was ugly, guys. It just didn't go well for Harley-Davidson, and it's a real shame. It really is. And now that they've ended their partnership with Vance Hines, I don't think we're going to see Harley come back and dominate the racing scene like we saw from 1970 up until 2017. But there is a little bright light there in 2017. One privateer rider, non-factory backed, he chose to ride an XR750 at the Texas Half Mile, and he won it. He beat the Indians, he beat everybody. He ran off and left him on an XR750. So I think it's fair to say that at least the XR750 went out with a bang. Well, guys, I know this was a little off topic and a little different than the videos that I normally do, but this has really been burning on my mind as to why the Street Series failed. And I really kind of thought about it. I looked into this quite a bit. And I think that correlation between the racing and the street bike, I think that pretty much killed it for the XG. That's all I've got for you this week, guys. I know this video was a little bit off topic from what I normally do, but if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But anyhow, guys, until next week, you guys ride safe, be smart out on the streets, dodge those cars, and I'll catch you guys in next week's video. Thanks for watching.